up on the Lincoln Gap, and you're at Sunset Rock, and you're looking at South Mountain. It's huge. It's like this big expanse.
You don't know anything about the hidden treasure up there?
You're assuming that there is a hidden treasure up there.
It's a myth.
If there is, nobody ever found it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a whole collection of stories about the money diggings here, which I put together from various sources around the 1800. And his story, he was very secretive about it. He was supposedly digging up there, and people became very curious about what he was digging for. He maintained that when he was a young kid, his father had a vein of silver up there, and that they had mined it and made it into ingots and melted it, and weather changed. They had so much of it they couldn't take it with them, so they decided to bury it in a cave and covered the cave with rocks and moss and leaves and so on to conceal it. And decided they would come back at another time to do it. In the meantime, about 40 years later was when the only one surviving at that point was DeGraw himself, the little boy, the young one, and he was doing the digging. He aroused the curiosity of people in town. There was a story that this treasure was being guarded by a dead dog who had been reincarnated and...
Okay, I will. Do you know anything about South Mountain and any of the stories?
The only story that I know of is a story about a young boy who was searching with his dog to see if he could find gold up in the mountain. And evidently he fell into what was a collapsed well or a collapsed mine. And I don't know whether they ever found him again or whether... And the only thing I know about it is that it's kind of a ghost story, so I don't know if people created it to keep people from looking for gold up there, or what ended up happening. But I just kind of heard loosely that they were looking.
Any other?
That was neat. And then we've also tried to find a place where supposedly there was gold or silver hidden and all that stuff, and well, of course we didn't find anything, you know, but and it's questionable whether that was ever really there or not. But
I can tell you about is that a lot of people have come through here, and they've come here looking for silver. And they go up into the mountains, and they've dug through the caves, and they've looked, but no one's found it yet. But supposedly there's a lot of silver bars hidden up there.
And he says the treasure is in what you see from where you stand, not what you're looking for or anything.